I want to start today with something almost every international student experiences. That moment right after you finish your last unit, when you're relieved, excited, and suddenly thinking, okay, what now? When should I apply for my 485 visa? And trust me, that question isn't as simple as it sounds. Hi everyone, I'm Desti, your host for today's video, and welcome back to the Education One Australia channel. We recently came across a post from a student who summed up the 485 visa confusion perfectly. As I read their message, I thought, yes, this is exactly what so many students go through. Here's what they wrote. My student visa is valid until September. I'll finish my final semester soon, but I'll only get my completion letter and transcript mid-July. I'm taking my IELTS at the end of June. When should I apply for my 485 visa? Do I need to be in Australia when I apply? And can I travel in between? It sounds simple on the surface, but their question actually covers 4 very important things: timing, documents, where you need to be, and whether you can travel. So let's unpack it. Let's talk about timing, because this is where most people get it wrong. There are 2 rules you must remember. First, you need to lodge your 485 visa within 6 months of finishing your course. Second, you can only apply after your course is officially completed. Pretty straightforward. But here's the part many students miss. Once you complete your final unit, you're technically no longer meeting your student visa's enrollment condition. So, if you decide to travel after finishing your course, your visa becomes more vulnerable. And yes, we've seen students return to Australia and discover their visa was cancelled while they were overseas because they were no longer enrolled. It's heartbreaking and completely avoidable. That's why timing isn't just about when should I apply. It's about protecting your current visa while you prepare for the next one. Now, documents. What do you actually need before you apply? For the 485, it's pretty simple. Your completion letter, your final academic transcript, and your English test result, if required. But keep in mind, these documents don't always come out at the same time. So our advice, and this is so useful any time of year, is to complete your English test 2 to 3 weeks before you plan to lodge. Not because the department requires it early, but because you don't want last-minute delays to mess up with your application window. Yes, the 485 visa is strictly an onshore application. You must be physically in Australia the moment you hit submit. Once you lodge, you'll be granted a Bridging Visa A or BVA, and this visa only activates after your student visa expires. The BVA gives you lawful in Australia while your 485 is being processed. But here's the important part. A BVA does not allow overseas travel. So if you leave Australia, the BVA becomes invalid. So if travel is genuinely necessary, you must apply for a Bridging Visa B first. So, can you travel? This is where students often get stuck. Traveling before you lodge after finishing your course is risky because you're no longer enrolled and your student visa becomes vulnerable. Traveling after you lodge is restricted because the BVA has no travel rights. A BVB is required. And even then, we only recommend travel when it's truly important. And yes, the 485 visa is generally granted while you're in Australia. So staying on shore is the safest option from start to finish. Here's how it guides you if you are facing the situation. On end of June, take the IELTS and wait for the result on the mid-July. The completion letter and transcript arrives, and also your English test result is ready. And in the same week, lodge the 485 visa from within Australia. This immediately protects your status and avoids any enrollment issues. After lodging, you will receive a Bridging Visa A and must stay on shore unless they apply for a BVB. Lastly, after the student visa expires, the BVA activates and you can remain lawful until the 485 is granted. The timeline I mentioned is general advice only. Different students have different circumstances, which means the guidance might also differ. If you're unsure about your completion date, not sure whether your documents are enough, or you simply want an expert to help you lodge your 485 correctly, our in-house registered migration agents at Education One Australia are here to guide you step by step. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this video made your 485 timeline feel a lot less intimidating. And I want you to know you're not alone in your journey in Australia. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe for more tips and guidance on studying and migrating in Australia. See you in the next video.